Hey, sweet faces, welcome to the box division portion of your homework review. For those of you that want to see this in box, that is what you are going to get here. If you wanted to see traditional, please go back to the other page, or I'm sorry, the other recording. That is where you can find that. All right, sweet faces, let's go ahead and get started. 15 does not go into 1. 15 does not go into 10. But it does go into 100. It's going to go in 6 times. 6 times 15 gives me 90. I can subtract for 10. My answer for this one is 6 with a remainder of 10. Next one is 861 divided by 10. 10 does not go into 8. It does go into 86. It can go in 8 times. 8 times 10 is 80. Subtract for 6, bring it next door. 10's going to go into 61 6 times. 6 times 10 is 60. 86 with a remainder of 1. Remember, if at any point you need to pause these, please do so. All right, my setup is complete. Let me change my color here. There we go. 11 does not go into 1. It does not go into 10. It does go into 109 times. 9 times 11 is 99. That leaves me with 1. I bring it next door. 11 goes into 16 one time, which leaves me with a remainder of 5. 91, remainder of 5. Next one is 126 divided by 14. 14 does not go into 1. 14 does not go into 12, but it does go into 126. It is going to go into 126 9 times. Remember, 9 is the greatest option. We only have space for a one-digit number, and that actually goes in evenly. Final answer for this one is whole number 9. Looking at 46 divided by 13, I'm going to set these all up just for color changing sake. There we go. Change our color so it stands out. 13 does not go into 4, but it does go into 46. 13 is going to go into 46 3 times. 3 times 13 gives me 39. And when I subtract 46, take away 39, that leaves me with 7. My answer is 3 with a remainder of 7. All right, 1,612 divided by 21 is the last one for this page. It does not go into 0. It does not go into 16, but it does go into 161. The closest that I can get is 7. And that gives me 147. When I subtract that, I'm left with 14, which sounds big, but we know the rule. As long as it's smaller than the number out front, then we are A-okay. The closest I can get this time is going to be 6. 6 times 21 gives me 126. When I subtract, I'm left with 16. So 76 with a remainder of 16. That is the end of this page. If you are ready for the next one, please hang tight. If not, please stop your video here. I'm just going to set up a couple so that we can move and groove through these. So we have 396, 365, all right, let's change our color and let's rock and roll. So 18 does not go into 1. It does not go into 16. But it does go into 163, and that's going to go in 9 times. When I subtract 162, I'm left with 1. I bring my 1 next door. It does not go into 14. I have to show that by putting a 0 up top. That leaves me with a remainder of 14. 90, remainder 14. 530 divided by 11. 11 does not go into 5. It does go into 53 4 times. 4 times 11 is 44. When I subtract, I get 9. I bring it next door. That's going to go in 8 times for 88. And it'll leave me with a remainder of 2. 48, remainder 2. Moving along, I notice that I have a 10 this time, which helps my brain, but it doesn't go into 3. And it doesn't go into 36, but it does go into 365. Now that can seem big and scary, but we know how to skip count by tens, right? So, rewind. Mrs. L had a brain freeze. I bet right now you're screaming at the video, Mrs. L, it does go into 36, and you're right. You are right, my friends. It does go into 36. My hand and my brain were not at the same speed. Let's rewind. 10 goes into 36 3 times to subtract 30. Bring our 6 next door. 10 goes into 65 6 times, which leaves us with a remainder of 5. Now all is right in the world. Sorry, friends, my brain and my hand were going at different paces there. 18 does not go into 3. It does go into 39. It is going to go into 39 2 times because 18 times 2 gives me 36. When I subtract, I get 3. I bring it next door. I notice a match. 36. That's what worked for me last time, which means I have no remainder. My answer is 22. All right, 2 more on this page, loves. And then we are done with this page. So let's set this up. Change our color. And there we go. 16. It does not go into 8. But it does go into 86. It's going to go into 86 5 times. And 5 times 16 gives me 80. Subtract for 6. Bring it next door. 16 is going to go into 64 4 times on the nose with nothing left over. My answer is 56. Moving on to the last one, 14 does not go into 6, but it does go into 61. I'm going to say that it goes in 4 times, which gives me 56. 14 is also going to go into 59 4 times, which is going to leave me with a remainder of 3. That is the end of page 2. If that's all you've gotten to so far, please stop. If you are ready for the next set, hang tight, because here we go. I'm going to set some of these up so we can move through. Might just set this whole page up. That'll probably make the most sense. All right, so we have 1, 3, 6, 2, 14, 4, 9, 6, 10, 8, 4, 5, and 15, 8, 8, 0, and 11, 5, 9, 5, and 14, 1, 5, 6, 4, and 16. We're going to change our color so it stands out for you. And here we go. All right, friends. 16 does not go into 1. Unfortunately, it does not go into 15 either. We're looking at 156. Remember, our biggest option is always 9. So when I see a big number like this, I do guess and check with 9s first to help me save some time. This one is going to go in 9 times. And when I do the subtraction, I am left with 12, which looks big and scary, but 12 is smaller than 16, which means that it is A-okay. Now I'm trying to get 124 this time. The closest that I can get is going to be 7 because 7 times 16 is 112. And when I subtract that, I'm left with 12. Again, seems big, but it's smaller than what we're dividing by. So my answer is going to be 97 with a remainder of 12. 595 divided by 14 is our next one. 14 does not go into 5, but it does go into 59 4 times. 4 times 14 is 56. That leaves me with 3, which I bring next door. Closest I can get is 2, which is 28. And when I subtract 35, take away 28, I'm left with 7. 42, remainder of 7 for that question. All right, moving and grooving down page number 3. We have 845 divided by 15. I know, because I'm sensing a pattern, that 15 does not go into 8. No, it doesn't. But it is going to go into 84, and the closest that I can get that time is 5. And 5 times 15, sorry friends, I thought I was going to sneeze there. 5 times 15 is going to give me 75, which leaves me with 9. That's the closest I can get. And then I'm dividing 15 into 95. The closest I can get this time is 6. If I add another 15, 75, 85, 90 is going to be the closest I can get. 56 with a remainder of 5. This next one's going to divide in evenly. Watch the math magic on this. 11 does not go into 8, but it does go into 88 8 times. Don't forget to show that it didn't fit. 80 even is our quotient. All right, dividing with 10 again. I love 10. It doesn't go into 4, but it does go into 49 4 times, which leaves us with 9. Bring it next door. The closest we can get is 9. Leaves us with a remainder of 6. 49, remainder of 6. Last one. This one is the land of sticky icky because it does not go into 1. It does not go into 13, but it does go into 136. The closest that I can get that is going to be 9 times. 9 times 14 gives me 126. I'm left with 10, but it's smaller, so that means it's okay. 14 is going to divide into 102. 7 times is the closest. When I do 7 times 14, I get 98. I subtract, I have 4 left over. 97, remainder of 4. All right, loves, we have 2 more pages. I'm going to do the same thing this time, and I'm just going to set all of them up real quick because that made that last page a little bit breezier. All right, so we have 1, 4, 6, oh, and 20, 9, 6, 1, 11, 9, 9, 6, 6, 2, 4, 9, 1, 5, 7, 3, 2. All right, love bugs, let's jump into this one. Let me change my color so it stands out for you. Dividing with 11, it doesn't go into 9. We're used to this pattern, right? But it does go into 91. It's going to go in 8 times is the closest that I can get. When I do 91, take away 88, I get 3. Bring it next door. I can go in 3 more times, and that'll give me a remainder of 2. All right, 83, remainder 2. Now I'm doing 732 divided by 17. 17 does not go into 7. But it does go into 73 4 times. 4 times 17 is 68. When I take that away from 73, I'm left with 5, which I bring next door. It's going to go in 3 more times because 17 times 3 is 51, 43, remainder of 1. 996 divided by 12. This one's going to go in evenly. 12 does not go into 9, but it does go into 99 8 times because 8 times 12 is 96. When I subtract, I'm left with 3. Bring it next door. That's going to go in 3 times. 36 on the nose. My answer is 83. No remainder. This next one is another breezy one. It's going to go in nice and evenly as well. So 13 does not go into 6, but it does go into 62 4 times, which gives you 52. 10 is big, but it's smaller than what I have. The last one is going to go in 8 times, which gives us 104 on the nose. My answer is 48. 11 doesn't go into 9. But it does go into 96 8 times. And when I take away my 88 from 96, I'm left with 8. Bring it next door. It's going to go in 7 more times. Subtract for a remainder of 4, 87, remainder 4. Last one for this page. Look at that beautiful 0. That tells me my brain is going to like this one. It does not go into 1. It does not go into 14. But it does go into 146, okay? Think of two tens into 146. That's going to go in 7 times. 7 times 20 is 140. Bring down the 6, and it's going to go into 60 3 times. 3 times 2 is 60, no remainder. My answer for that one is 73. We are going on to the last page. If you are not up to this one yet, please go ahead and stop your video. But if you are, I'm going to set these up real quick, and then we are going to go through our last page of the week. So this one we have 1, 0, 0, 7, 13, 1, 5, 0, 16, 2, 4, 6, 19, 4, 0, 9, 12, 2, 1, 7, 8, 22, 1, 5, 3, 0, 17. All right, sweet faces. Let's go ahead and get this one started. Changing my color. Last page. 22 does not go into 2. It does not go into 21. But it does go into 217. It's going to go in 9 times, which gives me 198. When I take that away from 217, I get 19, which seems big and scary. But it is smaller than what I'm dividing by. I know that that matches what I had before. My answer is 99 with no remainder. Moving next door, dividing by 17. 17 does not go into 1. It does not go into 15, but it does go into 153. 9 times on the nose. Don't forget my last step. 17 does not go into 0. I have to show that by putting a 0 in there, even though it's 90 with no remainder. All right, 19 into 246. Here we go. 19 does not go into 2, but it does go into 24 one time. When I subtract, I get 5. It's going to go in another 2 times because 19 times 2 gives me 38. I know that sounds big, but when I subtract, I'm left with 18, which is smaller than 19 by 1. My answer is 12, remainder 18. 12 does not go into 4, but it does go into 40. It's going to go in 3 times. 12 times 3 is 36. When I subtract, I get 4. I bring it next door. 12 is going to go into 49 4 times. 4 times 12 is 48. That leaves me with a remainder of 1. Down the bottom, 16 is going to go into not 1, not 15, But 150, it's going to go in 9 times, which leaves me with 144. I have a remainder of 6. And then my last one, dividing by 13. 13 does not go into 1. It does not go into 10. It does go into 100, and it's going to go into 100 7 times, which gives me 91. Bring my 9 next door for 97. It's going to go in another 7 times, leaving me with a remainder of 6. That is the end of our homework for this week, kiddos. Have a fantastic week.